So hey there guys, I just got done getting off the slopes to tell you about this new game called Shredders, where you're essentially just doing a snowboard sim and tearing it up on the mountain. Are you going to find yourself throwing triple corks, or are you going to feel like you're falling flat on your face over and over and over? Let's just go ahead and get into it, because I'm about to go hit the slopes and get on this lift. FoamPunch declared Shredders as a love letter to snowboarding, and sure enough, that love letter is definitely worth reading. Where this game needed to excel was in controls and how it felt manipulating and contorting your body for these sick double cork spins. Whether it's the crunching sound of the snow under your board or the exhilaration you get from stomping a trick that you've been working on for so long, it all feels so satisfying. This definitely feels like the most snowboarding sim game that I've played, and honestly, it's something that snowboarding fans have been craving. They were able to find a great balance between being able to throw unreal tricks while also not letting you overdo it and leave you feeling like you're doing a trick that could never be done. Throwing a triple cork is not an easy feat in this game, and I love that because it makes those tricks feel special when you throw one down. The controls did take a little getting used to because in most snowboarding games, you tend to have to hold your left or right stick in order to keep spinning. Shredders is more like stick flicking mechanics, at least in regards to flips and spins. Once you get used to that minor mechanic, you'll begin to feel comfortable and start being able to throw some steezy tricks at will. Here are a couple great tips to help with your trick stomping prowess. 1. Your right thumbstick is your lower body and the left stick is your upper body. So when you want to throw big tricks, you want to put the emphasis on the right stick pre-jump and then utilize the left stick while airborne to throw tighter flips and spins. Second, the mechanics are very similar to real life when it comes to rodeos and corked tricks. You will be able to execute tighter and gnarlier rodeo flips if you execute the flip with a front side spin, and vice versa. A corked flip trick will be best executed with a backside spin. You can still spin the opposite direction for those flips, but you will be executing a much slower flip. There's nothing wrong with slower flips because an alley-oop rodeo is one of my favorite tricks in the book. That tip is good for understanding why sometimes you'll seemingly flip and spin faster than others. One other tip is to abuse the left trigger for helping you land. As you start throwing bigger and faster spins, it can be hard to decelerate and get ready for your landing. Holding the left trigger as you're about halfway through your last rotation will slow your spin down and help you stomp that landing and maintain your speed to the next kick or feature. At times this game can feel a little rough around the edges, but sitting inside the walls of those rough edges is a shiny pearl in this game's mechanics. They nailed the essence of what it feels like to shred a mountain and send some gnarly tricks along the way. Shredders is a game that you can get lost in for hours just learning new tricks, hitting different park sections, or just carving down the backcountry, while also giving you the easy accessibility of getting a good 15-minute shredding session in if your time is short. Shredders offers a campaign that is not difficult by any means, but it is a solid fit for what this game needs. Since the controls take some getting used to because of the lower and upper body mechanics, the Shredders campaign serves as a way to get better at throwing tricks. The campaign revolves around you and your film guy Scotty. You're an up-and-coming YouTube channel known as Shreddageddon, and you meet Lisa, who is a brand ambassador that likes what you're up to. The missions are pretty short with a main objective that often involves trailing a popular rider or carving it up down the mountain. The point of the main objective is to just help you get used to navigating the mountain, finding good jumping lines, and understanding how your body and the board communicate with each other. There are usually one or two other secondary missions that usually involve getting high scores and stomping specific tricks. These secondary objectives became the best way to learn new tricks and become familiar with your full arsenal of flips and spins. The presentation in the campaign isn't anything crazy, as it is usually a few talking heads between a few of the riders. However, Shredders doesn't take themselves overly serious, and it shows in the dialogue that involved witty banter, some clever jokes, and some self-deprecating humor that added charm between the missions. The other game mode options are free roam, which is pretty self-explanatory, and multiplayer. The multiplayer option can either be public or private lobbies, and the only objective is to hit the free roam and shred with your friends or fellow riders. If one of the players starts a mission, it will pull them from the free roam and you won't have an option to do the mission as a co-op group. Doing synchronized tricks with your friends off a 20-foot kicker will have you going, ooh! My only complaint about multiplayer is not having both players show up in my review clips, and this is something that I hope gets added in the future. My friend and I did a side-by-side Rodeo 540 in beautiful unison, and I was so excited to clip it, only to find myself in the replay. Speaking of replay, it always puts a smile on my face seeing the replays of some big tricks or a technical trick that you've been trying to perfect. The drone cam helps add some epicness to the tricks and gives great scale of the amplitude of the tricks you're throwing down. You do have the option of keyframing the replay to create more custom film shots. However, the keyframing system seems to be pretty finicky when you begin to string a lot of tricks together and manipulate angles. What often happens is you piece the keyframes together and you go to run the replay back and the keyframes seemingly don't hold the angle that you intended them to be at. I would love to talk with someone from FoamPunch to better understand how I can utilize the keyframing, because all I want to do is make more gnarly snowboard footage. For replays right now, the best recommendation would be to keyframe your rider near the beginning of the run and add a little height to the angle. By having the one keyframe, you'll essentially have a drone follow cam, and it is still a solid look for your footage. Once I get the grasp of the keyframing or hear from one of the great people over at FoamPunch, I will be sure to make a video so you can take your snowboard clips to the next level. The map consists of 7 mountains with plenty of drop-in spots and variety within each mountain. Whether you want to hit a terrain park, hit the backcountry, mob through town, or send it all the way from the top of the mountain, you'll have plenty to choose from based on your mood. Before you hit the slope, it's important as a rider to look good too. The customization options are pretty solid, with some big name brands represented in your closet full of Steez. You can mix and match your look to find what fits your style, but I do wish they offered a few more options in regards to color variety. Most of the jackets and pants are earthy or muted colors, and it would have been nice to have some bolder and neon colorway options to really be dripping down the mountain. Due to some minor frame rate drops and texture clipping, shredders can be a little rough around the edges at times, but the essence of snowboarding remains strong. At the end of the day, I wanted to be able to strap up my board and throw big tricks on the mountain. Luckily, shredders never gets in the way of me accomplishing that, and I'm left with a smile on my face every time I stomp a trick. There's enough trick variety to implement style and technical ability into your flips and spins that will keep you coming back for one more run down the mountain. This game is for the snowboarder purist and anyone who would love to have a chill ride as you carve your way down the mountain. It is available on Game Pass and is, in my opinion, worth giving a look. Thank you so much for watching this review of shredders. Are you an avid snowboarder as well? Leave a comment and let me know what your favorite trick to throw down is. This is Josh Robinson with Joystick Gamer. Thanks again, and stay gaming out there. Oh my god, dude. Oh, it's so hot. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Wait. This is the first time I've worn my jacket since I've been on the mountain. You know what that means. I gotta check my pockets. Because you know, when you check the pockets, there's usually always money in it, baby.